A strong and independent woman is something to behold. She pays her own bills, buys her own things, and she doesn't let a man affect her stability or self-confidence. She is a soul-rich woman. Are you ready to be rich doing what you love? Be on purpose and in control of your life again. At For Women Who Love the F Word podcast, we will be openly talking about getting more clients online, getting recognition as the leader and female entrepreneur, and also the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. It's time to own and love the F word. Welcome to the show. So my name is Janisha Laura, and today we have with us a really special guest, and she is Mada Seghete. And she's the co-founder of Brunch.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is great.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself and how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, so I am originally from Romania. From Romania, Eastern Europe. I moved to the United States about 16 years ago for college. Worked all over, did a bunch of different things. I was a consultant, a software developer, a product manager. And then one day I decided I want to start a company. So I started working with my co-founders about 5 years ago. We had about 3 failed ideas, and Branch was number 4.
Branch is number 4.
So we started Branch a little bit over 3 years ago.
Wow. So when you said that Branch is number 4, how was the journey like? I mean, to be the number 4. I mean, why didn't you give up, and why do you pursue?
Well, we did give up on all the previous ideas. Why? We really wanted to build something, and one of the most important things that you can build as a startup founder is a team.
Wow,
and we realized that we were very different as co-founders and had very complementary skills. So we decided to stay together and keep trying. So we kept failing and trying new things, and Branch was going to be the last one. We even have this poster in the office that has a heart and it says, "Life remaining 0." So when you play video games, you always play, and when you have 2 lives, 3 lives remaining, you're like, oh, whatever, if I lose a life, no big deal. But when you have 0 lives remaining, you play very differently. So that's kind of how our motto was when we started Branch. We're like, this is our last life, and we made it happen.
Wow, I love the way you put gaming into the analogy of the 3 lives, 2 lives, and 0 life. But for you as a woman, when you are growing your startup, several times, how do you define and grow your influence? Some of your obstacles that probably you faced?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I am actually probably the face of Branch in many ways. I spend a lot more time evangelizing than my co-founders do. Alex, our CEO, focuses a lot more on product, and Mike is our COO and works on operations. So I run the marketing team, so I travel a lot and speak about Branch. The way I build influence is really through just getting to know things really in depth and writing about it, trying to speak about things, and finding areas where I can become an expert and telling others about it. So I think when I write articles, I try to never write things that are superficial, but go very in depth on certain areas. And that's kind of trying to become a thought leader in the mobile world.
So when you said that you want to become a thought leader in the mobile world, you said you go deep.
Yeah, so instead of learning about everything, like learning a little bit about this and a little bit about that, I try to pick areas. So for example, I do a lot of talks on virality and referrals. So I went and I researched a lot, and I know a lot about how to make something viral.
Wow.
So instead of going and knowing everything about how to, promote your app, I don't know, let's say, as much about paid advertising, but I know a lot about organic. So I picked one area, and then I just learned so much about it versus kind of trying to be a generalist.
Wow. How do you lead?
How do I lead? Everyone has different leadership styles. Mine is based on leading by example. Wow. So I think it's, if there's things that no one else can do, I try to take more on than my teammates. And I do my best to find ways that I can show people that I can work, as hard or harder than them, and take on just as much as they do, and we're in some ways, I look at I'm part of the team. Yes, I'm leading and I'm kind of setting the direction, but I'm not just doing that. I'm also taking part of the pieces and doing some of the groundwork.
Wow.
And that's kind of my style. I also try to, I try to be an empathetic leader. So I try to understand where people are coming from and understand where they're going and what they're trying to achieve and just be better about that.
When you're growing this business right now, what are some of the resources and tools that you use to grow your startup?
So I lead the marketing team. So one of the ways we grew awareness of Branch is by building these communities around the world. We call them mobile growth communities. Mm-hmm. And we have meetups in 55 cities around the world, about 25,000 people who have come to our events. There has been community has been one of the tools. We content marketing has been amazing for us. We write a lot, so we become experts in different areas. I have areas that I like to write about. There's people on my team that write about others. And we get the people, we talk about problems in the mobile ecosystem, and we talk about potential solutions. So when people read our articles, they learn about something their pain point, but also how Branch can solve that pain point. So you prove to them that you know what you're talking about. You show them numbers, data, research. You show examples of how others have done it. Honestly, I haven't really... If people don't want to listen to me, then I go and I make them. I don't think that's such a thing of people don't want to listen to me. It's it doesn't make sense. If people don't want to listen to me, it means that I don't know my shit. So I go up to them and I convince them that I know my shit.
Wow. I'm just wondering, how do you grow your community so huge? Over 55 cities, such a big number. I mean, how do you do that?
Well, you put really good content. So we have a recipe how to do successful meetups. We bring really interesting people to talk. We convince them by, once you do a good event, you show people, I've done this great event, come and check it out. And it's easier to convince people to come. And once you've done a good event, people will come back. And then they'll tell their friends about it. So it's really about focusing on quality and putting the community first. So not trying to oversell or not trying to, we don't talk too much about Branch. Or it's all about the need of the community, not about our needs as a company. And if you put the community first and try to understand why they're really there, what they're trying to get out of it. So it's all through, we use Eventbrite and meetup.com to promote our events. And we communicate, we get everyone's email and we send emails, but most of the interaction happens offline at the events that we start.
So it happened offline before it goes online?
Yes.
So when you are giving value, what is the one advice you can give community builders out there? One advice if they want to do, a community as well?
To really understand what is the purpose of your community and what is the need you're trying to solve. So in our case, we were going after mobile developers, marketers who were trying to promote and grow their mobile apps and didn't really know how and were looking for advice. So we knew that that's what they were looking for, so we made sure that we always bring them quality advice. But it could be, every community is different. So making sure you understand their actual need, not what your vision is, but what they need, not what you think they need. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Do you have any advice for women who are sitting on the fence, striking out on their own?
Yeah. Just try it out. And if you fail the first time, it's okay. Just keep building. Don't be afraid to fail. So if you see that people don't want your product, don't be humble. Don't think that you know better than your customers.
Wow.
And make sure that if you feel the market is telling you that your idea is not quite right, don't be afraid to completely quit and start something new. Wow. We went from Fitbit for dogs to photo book printing apps to a printing SDK to linking for mobile apps. So we went through such different companies and such different iterations to reach where we are today. And we would have never gotten here if we became too attached to one of the failed projects that we had in the past.
You as a woman, how do you cope with all these emotions of failure? This came up. I think this.
Yeah, I know. Very hard. I'll be honest. I don't think I could have been able to give up. My co-founder Alex, our CEO, was a lot better than me at saying, "Okay, no, this is not working." And one of my biggest learnings from working with him has been to be able to let go of projects. So I'm a lot better now. Even I started something. I was trying to do this competition. It failed. I'm not afraid to say that it failed and not do it again. I think when I was younger, it was very, very hard for me. So it's important. It's probably the biggest advice I have for any entrepreneur. Don't get too attached to an idea. Be okay admitting that it's failing and start something new. Don't keep going. Sometimes you might raise money and realize the idea is not quite working. You just keep going. Don't do it. Don't waste it. We started Branch with money we raised for a different idea. So learn that failure is just a step in the path to success. There's the book that I highly recommend called Mindset.
Wow. Who's the author?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so
Mindset. It's about two different. There's two different types of people. Some that have a static mindset and some that have a growth mindset. So the only way you can grow is if you accept failure, learn from it, and become better. That's kind of it's become more natural to me these days. It used to be hard because I think failure meant that there's something wrong with me, and now failure means that now I can be better. The next step will be better. So it's just a change in my mindset. I don't have to cope anymore with it because I don't feel down when I fail. I'm happy that I failed and I have a lesson. I love empowering mobile developers. We empower them through our product, which is a deep link. So It's a technology for developers.
Yes.
I get to them, so they learn about Branch through the content that I generate.
Yeah. Are they mainly women or?
They're mostly men. Yeah, especially in the States. But in other parts of the world, there's a lot more women. Like I went to one of our meetups in Romania, and we had these girls that were like building their own apps. So it depends. So whoever they are, men or women, I love helping them grow their mobile presence. And we built an app, we struggled. So helping others that have the struggles that I used to have, it's really amazing and empowering.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so honored that we are connected, and I hope that I can continue to serve you as you build your dreams. And if you love this episode, and I hope that you did, rate it 5 stars. Give us that glowing review because it will help more women around the world finding the Soul Rich Woman podcast. Alone you are strong, together we are unstoppable. Now share this with every woman who needs it, because this is how we are changing the world, one woman at a time. As always, get out of your comfort zone and go towards the dreams you've always wanted to achieve. For women who love the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. My dear soul rich woman, sending you my love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.